Are your emails getting lost in the digital void? You spend hours crafting the perfect message, hit send, and then crickets. If your emails aren't getting the clicks and conversions you dream of, you might be missing the most crucial ingredient. It's not just about pretty designs or even a killer offer. It's about understanding what really makes people tick. Stick around because I'm about to explain the subconscious drivers of human behavior that can help make your emails irresistible. Hey, I'm Doree. I'm a content strategist and a certified email marketing specialist. In this video, we're diving into the fascinating psychology behind emails that will make people open, read, and take action. We'll talk about how to understand your audience's mindset, leverage powerful psychological triggers like scarcity and social proof, craft subject lines that demand attention, and write copy that feels personal and human. Many new solopreneurs start sending marketing emails for their business, but they make it about them. They focus on their own products, offers, and features, and that usually doesn't get them far. Before you write anything, you must understand your reader's current thoughts, problems, and what excites them. This is the foundation of persuasive messaging. Segmenting email lists into groups is the best way to make your email campaigns work well. Segmented email campaigns can get up to 30% more opens and 50% more click-throughs. But you shouldn't just filter or segment your list based on demographics like age or location. You must also consider their psychological state and motivations, like personal interests, professional knowledge, social connections, and cultural references. So for example, you could create a segment in your email program for new subscribers seeking basics and another for advanced users looking for pro tips. The difference in engagement is night and day. Once someone opens your email, you only have a few seconds to prove your email is worth their time. When you acknowledge your reader's feelings and their situation, you create connection. You're being empathetic. So instead of jumping straight into your pitch, acknowledge your reader's situation. Something like, I know you're busy. The psychology of engagement starts with making your message feel human, and empathy builds connection. Timing matters too, because people's mental states change throughout the day. You have to test when they're most receptive, taking their time zones into account. A staggering 64% of people decide whether or not to open an email based on the sender. Using your real name in the from field can boost opens by up to 27.5% versus just using a company name. It's about human connection. Try switching the sender field, you're friendly from my company newsletter to Doree at Rewrites, whatever your name is, and watch your open rates increase because people respond to people. 3 ways to leverage cognitive biases in a subject line, similar to a heading that grabs attention, includes loss aversion. We hate losing something more than we like gaining it. Don't miss out is often stronger than get this new. Curiosity gaps. Hint at valuable information without revealing it all. Create an open loop and ask questions. The number one mistake, ... Clarity is king. Clever can be good, but clear is even better. Ensure that the reader understands the benefit of opening your email. 76% of people expect personalized messaging from brands, so use dynamic content to personalize your emails. Using someone's name in the subject line increases opens, but only when it feels natural. So something like, John, your exclusive invitation, works better than John Smith, check this out. You could personalize your message in other ways too. Besides the name, you can also use the person's location, company, interests, or past behavior. The subject line, Chicago Entrepreneurs, tonight's networking event, feels more relevant than a generic invitation. Zig Ziglar once said, people don't buy for logical reasons, they buy for emotional reasons, and your emails need to speak to both. Here are some emotions that you can trigger ethically: fear, curiosity, joy, exclusivity, and urgency. Fear, or FOMO, fear of missing out, is very powerful. You could say, join 10,000 others who, for example. Curiosity creates an itch that needs scratching. It's an open loop. Joy, it's a positive emotion that increases engagement and sharing. Exclusivity, there's nothing like feeling you're getting special treatment or access that's not available to everyone. And urgency. Real deadlines for genuine scarcity motivate action, and you see this a lot with webinars, usually called a fast action bonus. But using scarcity as a tactic increases perceived value only as long as it's real. Remember, we're being truthful and ethical here, so don't say you only have a few spots open for your program if you really have 15. We remember incomplete tasks and ideas, unfinished business, better than things that we've already done, which is called the Zeigarnik effect. The way you would do this in an email is to mention a compelling idea and then prompt a click or create an open loop to get the rest of the story or solution. When you give something of genuine value first, like a great tip or free resource, people feel a natural inclination to give back with their attention or a click or a purchase. So how could you do this? Well, you could share a useful tip, provide a helpful resource, or offer genuine insight. All of them are giving value. The key is making the value genuine and relevant. A generic tip feels like manipulation, but a specific insight that solves a real problem feels like a gift, and it builds trust. Always give more than you ask. Open rates reflect subject line and sender effectiveness, but they don't tell the whole story. High opens with low clicks suggest your subject line overpromised or your content underdelivered. Click-through rates, CTRs, show how well your message motivated your readers to take action. Low CTRs often indicate mismatched expectations, unclear value propositions, or poor CTAs. To counter this, you may need a content refresh or a shift in your messaging. Look at the ratios, not just raw numbers. A 20% open rate with a 10% click rate, which is a 50% click to open rate, is better than a 30% open rate with a 6% click rate, which is a 20% click to open rate. Marketing always requires trial and error, so you need to systematically test different psychological triggers. Urgency versus curiosity in subject lines, for example, or emotional versus logical appeals in copy and different CTAs. Just document what works best for your audience. And that, my friend, is your crash course in the psychology of persuasive emails. It's not about manipulation. It's about genuine connection and understanding what truly motivates your audience. Remember, we're using psychological triggers ethically. When you understand your audience's needs and you use ethical psychological triggers like reciprocity and scarcity while leading with empathy and value, your emails can go from ignored messages to engaging conversations that drive real action. Which of these psychological tactics will you try first? Let me know in the comments. And now that you know how to make your emails more persuasive, why not learn how to design your content with words, or check out this other video about how to write high converting email campaigns.